Hi, I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota, and today we're going to have a quick walk around on a new 2025 RAV4 Hybrid Limited trim. Hi everybody, it's Randy from Kentville Toyota. I just want to let you know that if you're in the market for a used vehicle, please look us up at Kentville Toyota and mention the YouTube videos, and we'll have a special incentive for you. Thanks for your business. This is by far my favorite piece of inventory that we turn over here at Kentville Toyota. 2025 RAV4 Hybrid Limited, all the bells and whistles. As an owner of a previous generation Highlander, the old Highlanders were almost the same size as these new RAV4. So as far as bang for your buck, once you get into the limited trim, this vehicle has great value, good drivability, and just a lot of tech in it. So here on the front of this specific vehicle, as a 2025, the indicative blue emblem is gone that we used to see on our 2024s and everything previous that indicated that this was a hybrid. This one is still the hybrid, but the blue is gone. As this is the limited trim, you see lots of sensors in the front. You get the LED projector lighting, and you get a nice set of fog lights. You get a color match grille, mutes it a little bit. It's a little tamer than it is on some of our other trims. You get a camera here just below the Toyota emblem, which allows for the surround view camera that does come on this level of trim of the vehicle. So let's have a look down the driver's side, see what we see for features, and just give it a quick walk around. Okay, so here we are on the driver's side of the 2025 RAV4 Hybrid Limited. So Limited gets its own really unique wheel, really classy look. That is an 18-inch wheel and tire package. This is still on its OEM wheels. This particular customer is getting a Toyota upgraded winter wheel package that'll go with this. Drops down to a 17-inch wheel and tire package for winter, but these are the OEM wheels. I do like the gunmetal natural color here. Looks great. We pull down the driver's side so we get the blacked out wheel arches with a matte finish. Pretty durable. Takes a little wear and tear. Will not show a lot of scuffs and things as life goes on as you drive this into the future. Come down, color matched mirror top, black on the bottom. And again, because this is a limited trim, you do get a camera here at the bottom of the mirror, which is part of the surround view camera setting on this vehicle. Pop down along here, I'll switch around. You do get a color matched door handle with a chrome accent, just to upscale the vehicle a little bit, just a little more bling out here on the side. And on this particular trim too, you get the low profile roof rails with the cutouts already in place for the crossbars for your roof rack. Really easy to install. The accessories that go with these vehicles are really well competitive in price, and they match perfectly. They're quiet, they're easy to install, and they're guaranteed with the purchase of the vehicle as well. So pop down here to the side. Again, the chrome accent on the rear door. The matte black, again, wheel arch comes back through your gas door, obviously, which automatically locks and the release is on the inside. And we come back around here and you get the return on the rear taillight with full high gloss black, comes back into the color matched fender and come around to the back. So let's come have a look at the back, see the features and see what we can see here for functionality on the rear as well. So here we are at the rear of the limited RAV4 Hybrid. Everything's color matched, black surround here, lots of sensors here in the bumper for, again, proximity for parking. Camera both here and up high. I guess it's in there. Yep, there it is. And those again for the surround view camera for seeing for visibility for parking lots and any other tight spaces, just to make sure that you're in a safe place. So obviously it clearly states it's a limited, and again, because this is a 2025, instead of having the blue emblem on the hood, you get the hybrid symbol here, and HEV basically just denotes that this is the hybrid electric vehicle. So it is the combination, and it's been our bread and butter for quite some time. So this particular trim does come with the rear kick sensor on the tailgate. I never have any luck making this work, so I'm just gonna make a fool of myself and attempt to make it work. There we go, magic. Nice upgrade here on the tailgate is that previous generations of this vehicle, A, that kick sensor was way harder to make work, and B, the gates were slower. So this is probably 30% faster than I expected it to be based on performance of the older versions. So again, nice quick open on there. This particular vehicle has a single button, press to close. You can swipe to close with your foot, or you can close it via the key fob or on the interior of the vehicle. The first thing I see on the rear of this trim is a nice big JBL subwoofer. So that comes standard in this package. Again, the audio in this vehicle is outstanding in the Limited. The JBL really does a great job of giving you great dynamics of the vehicle. And this trim also comes with standard cargo mat that goes right up the back of the rear seats, so that when you do lay the seats down flat, and again, that's very easy to do, I literally just pop the pin here and push. I'll push a little harder. There you go, and it goes right down both sides. So easy access from the rear to lay those seats down. And let's have a look on the interior here. So I pick up the mat, I grab the little toe strap here, pick it up, and what do I see? I see a full-size spare, but it is a dummy tire. It's meant for shorter distances and lower speeds. It also comes with your carpeted mats, your jack, everything is right there. We talked about the boost points on our hybrids. When you buy a RAV4 hybrid, make sure your sales professional shows you how to access the battery. So as we were saying in another video, this is where the battery lives in our 2019 through 2025 RAV4 hybrids. So as a consumer, battery's in here. Is that there's a handle here, you literally pull this out and lift, release, and this releases, this cover comes off, and everything comes out as such. Again, I'm not highly skilled. Just give me a second. A little grunting, a little swearing, and there you go. There is the 12-volt battery in all of our RAV4 hybrids, and there are your boost points. So obviously the red is the positive, the open uncovered is the negative for your ground, and that's where you would boost a vehicle in any of our RAV4 hybrids from 2019 right through to 2025. So I'll close that back up. Again, nice functionality. I'm going to try and do it with my foot and see what happens. And it warned me, and it worked. Fabulous. Okay, I guess I'll go retire now because it worked. Two things worked at once. I'm done. Now let's actually go up front and have a look at some of the features on the interior of the vehicle. So here we are back at the driver's side of the RAV4 Hybrid Limited. Presets for both driver number 1 and driver number 2, so it'll automatically adjust your seat for you when you do get into the vehicle. Lots of buttons on the dash because of the trim level of this vehicle. So automatic headlights, again, heated cowling for your wipers down in the lower portion of the windshield for icy days. The view button, press that and it gives you a rear view surround of the vehicle. Heated steering wheel, your trip odometer, and the open close button for the rear hatch are all located to the left of the driver's side. And again, I'm going to hop here in the seat. And okay, first impressions, fantastic. The support of this leather seat is really nice, and this is a leather seat as opposed to a Softex seat. Good durability built in. Heated and cooled seat switches down here to the right of the driver. Wireless charging in this particular unit is a flat tray with an on-off switch, so it's the IQ wireless charging. There's also a conventional USB port down here for you to plug in a secondary device. I really like in the RAV4s the tactile nature of our buttons. You have analog knobs that have textured surface on them, so you know that you're turning up fans, you're turning up temperatures. It's easy to hang on to. It's very intuitive. If you've been driving for as long as I have, this makes sense to you, and when you reach out, you know what it does. Your hand already knows what it does. Your automatic headlights here, wipers here, pretty straightforward stuff. Right here to the right of the driver, these are your options as far as multiple things. One is terrain, there's a terrain select for the transmission, and there is a settings for the drive system. So you can go normal, you can go eco, you can go sport, you can go EV mode. This particular vehicle, with the hybrid battery being fully charged in start and stop traffic in EV mode, as long as you stay between 15 and 30 kilometers an hour, this vehicle will run for a couple of minutes in start and stop traffic in full EV mode and not call for any electricity. That being said, if it's cold out and you're asking for a ton of heat and the fan's on high, as soon as you start to cool the engine off, even though you may be in EV mode, the vehicle will start the gas engine to reheat the cabin air. So you're okay with your heated seat on and with your heated steering wheel on, that will not trigger the vehicle to come back on, but you asking for excessive amounts of hot air will turn it back on. This is a JBL head unit. Again, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built into this trim and in all of the RAV4s for 2025. The Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will either mirror your device on the head unit, you can input your audio, or you can use satellite radio. Whatever format you like your music in, you are feeding it back through the JBL system, and the sound quality in this vehicle is outstanding. The tactile nature of this tray for the passenger has a nice non-slip tray here. It's got a lip on it to keep things intact. It makes a nice little surface for storing passengers' phones, keys, other things that come with you. Good usable space there. Two well-sized and well-proportioned cup holders there to my right. And when I open up the armrest, two well-powered USB-C charging ports in there for you to charge another device if you'd like to. Obviously you've got wireless there and then wired here. Secondary tray just for change or for whatever it is you're going to hide in there. And strangely enough, Toyota has actually come out with an accessory lock box that sticks down in there. You can actually put locked items in. It's really impressive to see, but I'm not sure what you're carrying that you want to keep locked in there, where I guess the next option is they'd have to steal a console to the whole car to get your stuff out of there. So I'm going to put this again where I'm comfortable. Then I'll go in the back seat and just see what the legroom looks like for the rear passenger. Let's have a look in the back and see what the features look like and see what the comfort level is. So here I am back at the passenger side. Obviously we had the seat down from earlier. Super easy to put up. One hand, no problem, automatically locked. We're locked in position. I noticed on the back of this, again, good tether straps for people needing car seats and booster seats. Everything's in there you would need. Awesome legroom for me. Again, 5'10" in front. I've got a ton of legroom. I could easily be well over 6 feet tall, both as driver or rear passenger, without any real issues with legroom. I obviously have heated leather seats back here for passengers. There's my heated seat switch. You have some vent control as a rear passenger, so the temperature would be set up front, but the rear you can angle the air vents and you can open and close them just so you can have some control over the temperature back here as well as your heated seats. And I also see 2 well-powered USB-C ports for charging devices, and there is a cargo pouch on the rear of the passenger side seat. Nice big speaker here to my left. There's a single pocket that actually would, yeah, it's contoured in the bottom. You could put a water bottle in there. It's not perfect for that, but it's laid out pretty well. There's lots of space in there. Obviously here with the cup holders, you do not have the third person with you. 2 good sized cup holders there. I like the knockout in the middle. So if you're carrying a coffee cup that has a handle, at least one person could put one in there and it would be locked in place and not slide around. So I've got to say, I've got a ton of headroom here, lots of room for me. Again, I have a long torso, so I'm pretty impressed with the overall headroom. Good height on the armrest. Seat is very comfortable. That handrest there, hand hold. Good for people getting in and out. I guess you have any mobility issues, good support and very secure. Let's wrap it up. Have a look under the hood, look at the hybrid drive. I'll pretend to know some of the technologies that's up there and we'll tidy this up. So as we do, we come back around to the front of this RAV4 hybrid and I look for the switch and try not to be too embarrassed. Okay, there's the switch. Releases from right to left. Again, even though this is the top trim, you still do have a prop rod. The prop rod mount hole is very well marked. And under the hood, we have our usual 2.5 liter naturally aspirated drivetrain we have in most of our hybrid product. It is a very common drivetrain. You as a consumer are going to interact about here. You're going to put in your washer fluid. There are 2 reservoirs there for obviously for 2 reasons. There are 2 actual cooling systems in this vehicle. There's the conventional cooling system for your radiator, which cools the gas engine. But on all of our hybrids, there's an inverter under this hood that goes from high voltage to low voltage. And when it does that voltage inversion, it generates quite a bit of heat. So that inverter has its own coolant and therefore it has its own coolant reservoir. That is one of the only differences in maintenance on a hybrid vehicle from Toyota versus a non-hybrid, is that there is a service interval for that fluid. Is they recommend the change for most consumers every 5 to 6 years of use or a set amount of kilometers, because over time the pH of coolant does change and they do recommend a flush. Again, it's a very inexpensive maintenance add-on to this vehicle versus a gas vehicle. Aside from that, there's our 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. The hybrid drive is located here beside the breather intake. Fuse boxes here, high voltage inverter, drivetrain is underneath. The rest of it, I have no idea what really goes on in there. I do know how to check my oil, but I don't change it. It's cheaper to get it done at your Toyota store than it is to go buy your own and let somebody do it who knows what they're doing. Because this vehicle has a power rear hatch, and to boost this car when the 12-volt battery dies, and it will die, here is how you do it. They've got 3 very, very well-mounted clips. I pop the clips and I lift this cover up. The cover comes off really easily, and there is extremely well marked a red tab. So I pop that red tab off. That is a primary boost point. So you boost it from the back. You bring your booster pack or your booster cables and you find a really good bolt or something really metal. So if you've got good booster cables or booster pack, I would ground here. Big block of steel, grab a hold of that. Then you put the positive terminal on here, lock the 2 together, power up your system, whether it be booster cables or whether it be a booster pack. Then you go back to the interior of the vehicle, you open the hatch using the key or using one of the buttons, so that you do not have to stand on your head and climb in the back of the vehicle and get access to that battery. So the battery access is the easy point, but we recommend that you power the car up here to open the rear gate. You do not boost the car from here. You open the car from here, you boost from the rear. There is the exclusive result of years of training of what I've learned working for Toyota, is that it's important to know how to do this with your hybrid vehicles. And aside from that, use a certified shop to do your maintenance, look after your vehicle, drive it as long as you want, undercoat it, look after it. Enjoy your RAV4. Again, this is my favorite vehicle in the fleet, and I hope my enthusiasm has fed back into this video, as well as my mistakes, because they're interesting too. So I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota. I really appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, dislike, comment, throw rocks at me, do whatever you'd like to do. We appreciate you spending some time with us and watching these videos with us. And drop in and see us at Kentville Toyota. Thanks again.